13-5 overall as the number 2 seed. Iona in its home whites, Siena in the traveling green, and we are underway with the Gales in possession of the basketball first.
And opposite of Fairfield, a team built on their defense, this Iona team is built on their offense. Extremely efficient in their offensive sets.
There you go. Look.
Wignot had, arguably, Doug, you and I were here last night, the 3 biggest plays of the game coming down the stretch. Giving up his body, keeping a tip alive to allow them to score at the end of regulation, to get that lead, and then hit the biggest 3 of the ball game in overtime to get them the win.
Yeah, he scored all 5 of Siena's overtime points to beat Manhattan. 2 starters and the guys who come off the bench who can knock down threes.
Well, you're right, Doug. It's a great combination. They have really good offensive players and a really good offensive system. The draw, the big guy, Alejo Rodriguez, one of the better post defenders on this Iona team, out to the perimeter.
Here are the 2 top scorers and rebounders in the league going head-to-head, and it's number 2. Who knows how many more games Siena has left in its season, but Rossiter's got such a big enough lead that in both scoring and rebound, it looks like he's going to hold on and win both of those crowns. Machado to Pelcher. Blocked by Martins, but Glover cleans it up.
Good. And basically, these 5 played most of the ball game in their opening round win against Manhattan. Not a lot of minutes for the Saints off the bench.
This is an Iona team with Jackson probing for a shot, couldn't get it to fall.
That was a big-time rebound, well above the rim by Glover.
Jenkins makes the extra pass to White, to Glover, and as always, right to the rim.
And the other problem is that when they go high-low, Anasicki can't handle the basketball.
There's a problem when your point guard penetrates. Someone's got the ball
or put it on the rim. Good take by Wignot, because even if he doesn't make that, Rossiter's in a position to offensive rebound.
Half a dozen points for Wignot, the junior out of Holy Redeemer High School in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Kyle Smythe with Brookins right in his grill.
Wow. He came right off that. Never hesitated.
Breeden lost it, but the Gales with Dwight missed the layup. Dwight again. Second time around the bounce. Got it.
Well, we got some offense going here in this ball game.
Not a lot of defense there. DeZouvre, no green shirts. Here, Siena had the nation's leader in assists in Ronald Moore. This year, Scott Machado has been the nation's leader. He's got the ball now. He's at number 3 in the NCAA at the time.
And Anasicki got a piece of it, then headed up the other way. He thought they had a steal. You got to secure the
basketball history. Iona has won 7 times at the MAAC Tournament in 82, 84, 85, 98, 2000, 01, and 06. Siena, meanwhile, is the 3-time defending champ. Rashawn Dwight to start the second. Former Monmouth assistant coach Rob Kennedy. This is Doug Sherman. And you see the Saints have shown the ability in spurts to score points. That's been a real problem for them at times this year, Rob. But against this Iona defense, they have had multiple runs.
And they've been able to run out. And both teams doing a poor job at times in transition defense. Siena tried to extend the run with the half-court trap. Now settling back into the zone.
Machado leaves for Glover. Right up above the rim for Siena has really been riding its starting 5. The reserves have yet to score for Siena. And they've not gotten a lot of minutes. Meanwhile, Mike Glover just make that switch to a freshman who doesn't find you as well. But he needs to look.
Yep, he cannot force things.
Machado calmly.
Pin down on the screen. Jackson comes back out. Get a little 2-man action that way, as opposed to bringing him out to the perimeter on all those high ball screens.
Pelcher over Rossiter for
the stretch. Averages just 3 a game, but those numbers have been going up.
Brookins lost track of Machado, who took the ball away from behind.
Well, they score here, and Mitch has got to get himself a timeout.
13-0 Nasicki, who does get the roll.
And just a little token full court pressure. See, Iona has lived at the foul line. That's because they're throwing it into the post, unlike Siena, who's playing on the perimeter.
Machado into the paint again. And another finish.
Yeah, broken record is done. Every time the ball's in his hands, he's putting pressure on the defense. Whether it's in transition, running it up the floor, or in their half court, getting himself into the paint.
Smythe for three.
He finds the range. How about he's got twice as many field goal attempts as Ryan Rossiter does. That is not a recipe for success for the Saints. Even though he makes that shot, he's taken 14 shots to just 7 for Rossiter.
May have been on the line, but they call it a three. There's a bad pass by Brookins. 3-on-1 Gales, 4-on-1 Gales, and Glover throws it down.
Yep, and so that's one of the things. That's why you got to do well in the regular season. You want that one of those first round buys. Don't want to have to play in the Friday night game. And as we said, they were taking to overtime last night. A lot of guys with a lot of minutes. Iona, big run here in this second half.
Machado, terrific drop off. Easy two for Glover.
Don't get those two guys going. They got no chance of coming back in this ball game.
Machado again into the lane. Fakes the pass this time and gets his own. And he is somebody who has developed in such a way that when Fran McCaffrey and Mitch Bonaguro brought him in from Staten Island, they thought they had a good player. They didn't realize they had an all-time player.
No, and especially the numbers he put up as a freshman, under 2 points per game. So all those terrific numbers you saw were basically in 3 seasons, 3 dominant seasons.
Well, at the start of his sophomore year, they went to the Old Spice Classic, and he showed signs, had a big double-double against Tennessee, that he was going to be able to compete at a high level against some of the big boys of college basketball.
Year they took a trip over to Italy, and he put up some real big numbers, and he kept saying, hey, Rossiter's a completely different guy than you saw last year, and boy, was he right.
He's put on so much good weight. He's up to 260 pounds on the 6'9" frame. He's a relentlessly hard worker on the floor as well. What a lob pass and finish for Glover. Alejo Rodriguez back into the ball game.
And Rodriguez doing nothing to show you that they're about to cool down.
And prior to that 7-game winning streak, looking like an 8-game streak now, they lost 4 in a row. Lost at Canisius, lost at home to Rider, lost at Loyola, and lost at Fairfield. And after taking that hard fall, Glover has continued to favor that hip just a bit.
And so a change of roles for these 2 senior classes. For Siena, as we've talked about, looks like this is going to be their first loss ever in the MAAC tournament after going 10-0 to tie the LaSalle teams of 88 through 91. On the other side, for this senior class of Rashawn Dwight and company, Alejo Rodriguez as well, this will be their first win in the MAAC tournament.
Well, at least one coach in this league has been on record for the last several weeks. Jimmy Patsos from Loyola saying he thinks that Ryan Rossiter will play in the NBA.
3 games in 3 days. And as well, you've got a Rider team that is the equal of the coming in. I think the brackets have kind of played out to their advantage a little bit. They're in their own building, another advantage. But the way that the teams playing on the other side of the bracket, including the team we saw here tonight with an impressive performance, Iona, not so fast.
Yep. Sean Armand into the ball game. Walk on Stephen Cruz buries the 3. Armand from the same spot.